Hi, welcome to Edward Box Guitar Tuition. So my classic album inspection today is an obscure release from 1986. It's an album I really like and I just want to share it with people. And it's by a band called Aviator. So it's released on the RCA label sometime the back end of '86. I'm just putting it out here in December because I can't find a release date and I've got a spare month. But it's 35 years old this year and probably around this time. So as can happen with albums like this, they get a great review, we go out and buy them, and then the band just disappears. And the reason for this was because Aviator got terrible label support from RCA. They never actually played a gig, they never got to make a video, and the weird thing is all the work was put into making a great record. The songs were honed and zoned, they wrote quite a lot of songs. Neil Kernan was brought in as producer, he did an amazing job. It's one of Neil Kernan's best ever productions, this, right up there with Dokken and Queensryche. And the record company didn't actually like the original mix, so they got Frank Filippetti to remix it. He did an amazing job. So they put all that effort in. Promotional photos, which you can see in the artwork on the I've got the reissued CD on Rock Candy, but the only pictures of the band are in a rehearsal room, like what looks like a kind of working men's club type of thing. They never actually got out and gigged, even though they're all still alive players and had played in bands over a long time. So the drummer Michael Rickardella was a real kind of motivator for this. He'd been on the scene since the late '60s, I think, with the guitarist Richie Soniglia, I think. Steve Vitale on bass, and a guy called Ernie White on guitar and vocals is known on the New Jersey scene. I think he's a friend of Richie Sambora's. You know, I imagine these guys, some of them would be well into their mid-30s, you know, because they've been around since the late '60s, probably his teens, and maybe late 30s even. Not sure how old Ernie White was. And I imagine they had contacts in the industry, played with other bands, you know, had professional careers, and thought, oh yeah, we can make a great sort of hard rock AOR sound that would get us a deal. And you know, we could catch a bit of the Bon Jovi, you know, Survivor, Journey, whatever kind of waves round at that time. This album was actually scheduled to be released in '85, but it got held up because of the remix. And that's probably when things have gone wrong for the band. There's probably been a change in people at the A&R label. The people who were supporting them, looking after them, are probably gone, something like that. I don't remember RCA ever really doing a great job with any kind of metal or rock or hard rock or AOR type band. Obviously the Scorpions were on RCA, but they left them for better pastures on EMI. But some people might be able to enlighten me there. Maybe they joined MCA as the Music Cemetery of America. I don't know what we call RCA. But anyway, that's a sort of backstory. Like I say, it's a great sounding record. It's got 11 tracks. This CD's got a couple of bonus tracks. It's not that great. Just listen to 11 tracks. I think this album's about 42, 43, 44 minutes. I couldn't give you the lengths of the songs, but they're all kind of 3.5, 4.5 minutes there. Really, almost every song is geared to be a possible radio song on this. They've all got like catchy choruses. They've all got hooky titles. You know, the guys who've written the songs know what they're doing, they know what they want to do, and they've deliberately gone for a commercial sound. So the opening track, Frontline, is really catchy. It's got like a pumping 8th note sort of rhythm. The drum sound's a little bit processed, but it works for this kind of music. The guitars are crunchy but clean. Vocals are great. Ernie White's kind of like a Bryan Adams type of singer. You know, he's earthy. He's got a high register, but he's got a bit of balls to his voice. The guitar solos are good. You know, nothing spectacular but solid. Using tapping, whammies, pinch harmonics, the type of stuff that's going around then, but staying melodic and focused for the song. So yeah, Frontline's a great track. Just really good. A really good album opener. It just has a verse chorus structure. It's probably, you know, the best track on the album. It just hits the ground running. Next track's Back on the Streets, or Back on the Street. So quite interesting. Obviously Saxon do a Back on the Street, don't they? And Vinnie Vincent Invasion, and that was covered by John Norum. So who's got the best Back on the Street? I say Saxon slightly edgy it for me here, but this is another catchy street track. The chorus is cheesy as anything, but it's just really well written and really well produced. Good use of clean guitars on this album, so most tracks have clean guitars crafted into different sections to bring a different timbre in. The keyboards, when they're used, are good. It's good use of program, good use of technology on this album. Neil Kernan, you know, he did great use of technology on Queensryche's Rage for All. And I would say on this, yeah, you can tell it's 1980s, but it's good 1980s. Don't Turn Away's next. This is like a poppy track. Nice chorus, lovely chorus on this. Again, you know, this could be a hit of the time with the right video, with the right airplay. I mean, the band, looking at the pictures of the band inside, they look okay. They don't look amazing, but, you know, they look as good as Night Ranger or something like that. But anyway, next, Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Again, probably not as good as the previous 3 tracks, but it's still catchy. Nice solo, strong chorus. I think side 1 of the original album finished with Never Let the Rock Stop. Yeah, so the original vinyl, my brother had this on vinyl. This must be very rare. I mean, literally they probably did 1 pressing of this and that was it. So Never Let the Rock Stop, this is a really good track. It's cheesy, it's like Never Let the Rock Stop, the kids just want to rock. It's that type of track, kind of a Def Leppard-y type of lyric, but it's kind of crunchy. It's got quite a moody verse, but the bridge is really heavy. This is where the guitars really crank. It's got a really cool solo on it, I really liked. Got good kind of gang chants. You know, it's got all the staples of the genre and staples of the era, but again, it's just very well done. So yeah, I mean, I'll show you, like, it covers back to front, but you know, not great sort of, you know, the cover's quite cool, but it's suitable for the music. There's a picture of the band on the back, which is quite funky. You know, it's hard to kind of make out exactly what it looked like from that, but you know, but maybe, you know, could have been stronger the look, but then again, it didn't matter. It just didn't get pushed at all. I think a promo single, Frontline, was sent out to radio stations, but just nothing happened. So side totems that would come back. This is cool. It's kind of in D minor, you know, with that classic sort of, you know, D5, open D, 2nd fret on G. This is for the guitarist, then moving to fret 3. Maybe with the B string at 3rd fret on the top. It's that type of riff, you know, it's been used by other bands and they use it well on this. Great use of clean guitars on this. The clean's really prevalent. And he probably using a Rockman or something like that, and it works really well. Really catchy. Great drum sound on this, you know, typical sort of bombastic sound of the era, but like I said, good. Next is Magic, probably my least favourite track. This has got a kind of Police style arpeggiated chord riff. It's catchy, nice backing vocals. It's just a bit cheesy, but it's not bad. Next up's Can't Stop. I like this one. This is like a sort of montage type of song. If you imagine in an 80s movie, someone's kind of going to work, they're having a hard time. They're getting up for work, you know, it's a teen film where he's, you know, or she, they're going out doing various things and they'll cut like a montage to it. This is a great montage song. So I kind of imagine myself working out in the gym. Also, I don't work out in the gym, I don't work out at all, but I can only imagine what it would be like when I'm listening to this song, Can't Stop. Next up's Too Young. This is a bit of a lesser track, but it's nice. Nice vocal by Ernie White on this, nice middle 8. Then there's Every Schoolboy Knows. The lyric sounds, you know, the title man sounds more sleazy than it is. But it's pretty good. You know, these tracks, Too Young, Every Schoolboy Knows and Magic, you know, the album's kind of tailing a little bit here, but then it finishes with Through the Night, which is a really, really uplifting song. Really good, really kind of catchy major type chorus, but a kind of minor kind of verse, loads of energy. So it's a nice bookend with Frontline, the opening track. So if you like hard rock, AOR, you know, of that era, I would say this is, you know, it's a little more punchy, it's not wimpy. There's not really, the ballady tracks are sort of more poppy. I think that's the thing, it hasn't got a power ballad on it. It rocks, the playing's stellar, it's really good, they're really tight, the singing, the songwriting's great, the production's great. The only thing you'd have to get past you coming new to it is getting used to the 80s sound and the cheesiness of the lyrics, but it's as good as album in this genre this year in 1986. You know, I don't remember any album coming out in this genre as good as this. And there's some albums, you know, in the years before, but this, there's no reason that this album should have and could have made a good return on its investment for RCA, but obviously, you know, this happens to bands. They do a really good thing and then it just goes wrong at the point at the album's birthed, you know. Like I said, the hard work starts and the important work starts once the recording's done, and this hasn't happened, and that's not the band's fault. They're itching to go for it. So check it out. It's 35 years old, sometime around here. I'm going to sign off now for Crimbo, so whenever, you know, in the next few weeks. So, and see you again. Cheers, thanks very much.